Hi there, my friends and my family and everyone. I am Andrew Ditch, a person with autism and intellectual disability that does not define who I am. Today's video topic is about bullying. The video you're about to see is going to make you feel bad. I promise you I'm not picking on this man. I know almost nothing about him. The reason I point this out this man has a disability that is like mine, and he is gullible to believe what his bullies say. I will defend this man. When you look at Mr. Beefy YouTube channel, you see not one channel, not two, but 3+ channels to post videos to pick on people like myself. Let's take a look here how many videos he posts and how frequent. There is one video posted today for 30 minutes. You have another video posted today for 1 hour. A 40-minute video yesterday. Nearly 50-minute video the day before. 3 days ago, he posted 35-minute and 31-minute video. Let's take a step back here. Today, at the time I am posting this video, it is 7:35 p.m. Monday, November 24th, 2025. What was 1 week ago from today? November 17th. Let's take a look at all his videos and content for the last 7 days. There are 16 videos posted in 7 days on this one channel. Remember now, you have YouTube Shorts. The last short video he posted was June 6th. His last live stream was 3 months ago. This is a red flag where he may have restrictions for posting. Good. This needs to stop. YouTube took down Mr. Beefy 2.0 channel for good reasons. This has to stop. I am saying this for a reason. This is one person, one-man show. His subscribers are paying money for his content to bully people with disabilities. Let's take a look at how bullying affects the mental health of a person. Cyberbullying uses digital tools. Messages, social posts, impersonation, doxing, exclusion, to target someone repeatedly, often outside the reach of adults and at any hour. Because it's public, persistent, and easily amplified, it intensifies emotional harm compared with traditional bullying, direct harassment, and threats. This includes repeated abusive messages, threatening texts or emails, and public insults aimed to intimidate or provoke the target. Perpetrators often use persistent messaging to create fear and anxiety, sometimes escalating to explicit threats, masquerading, outing, doxing, and account hijacking. Bullies may create fake profiles to post false or embarrassing content, trick someone into revealing private information, or publish personal data, addresses, phone numbers, to humiliate or endanger the victim. These tactics are used to destroy trust and make harassment feel inescapable. Posting humiliating photos, spreading rumors, exclusion, and coordinated pile-ons. Content can be shared widely and quickly. Group attacks and flaming amplify shame and make bystander intervention less likely. Some attacks cross legal lines and can be prosecuted when they include threats or doxing. Anonymity and distance lower inhibitions. Many cyberbullies feel emboldened by perceived anonymity and the lack of immediate consequences, so they say harsher things online than they would face-to-face. They exploit platforms and timing. Bullies choose channels where content spreads fast, social media, group chats, gaming platforms, and often act when the target is most vulnerable. They recruit others or encourage piling on. A single post can invite comments and shares that multiply harm. Group dynamics make it easier for individuals to join in. Tactics are strategic and varied. A perpetrator may combine methods, harassment plus impersonation or doxing, to maximize damage and make the abuse feel relentless. Common mental health effects, anxiety and hypervigilance. Victims often develop constant worry about being attacked online, fear of checking devices, panic symptoms, and sleep disruption. Depression and hopelessness. Repeated humiliation or rejection can lead to persistent sadness, loss of interest in activities, and functional decline. Lowered self-esteem and identity harm. Personal attacks and reputation damage can make people internalize negative messages and doubt their worth. Social withdrawal and isolation. To avoid further harm, targets may pull away from friends, school, or work, which worsens loneliness. Self-harm and suicidal thoughts. For some people, especially adolescents, cyberbullying is linked to increased risk of self-injury and suicidal ideation. Academic and occupational impact. Concentration, attendance, and performance often decline when someone is being targeted online. Young people, LGBTQ+ individuals, people with visible differences, and marginalized groups face higher rates of targeted online abuse. Severity increases when bullying is frequent, public, identity-based, or combined with offline harassment. Long exposure and lack of social support raise the chance of clinical disorders like major depression or anxiety disorders. For some, effects fade with time and support. For others, cyberbullying contributes to long-term mental health problems, chronic low self-esteem, and ongoing distrust of peers. Early intervention, social support, and professional care reduce long-term harm and improve outcomes. Most cyberbullies use a few repeat tactics: direct harassment, insults, threats, repeated messages, impersonation or outing, fake accounts, sharing private info, and public shaming or exclusion that can be amplified and go viral online. Common cyberbullying methods: direct harassment and threats. This includes repeated abusive messages, threatening texts or emails, and public insults aimed to intimidate or provoke the target. Perpetrators often use persistent messaging to create fear and anxiety, sometimes escalating to explicit threats. Impersonation and privacy attacks. Masquerading, outing, doxing, and account hijacking. Bullies may create fake profiles to post false or embarrassing content, trick someone into revealing private information, or publish personal data, addresses, phone numbers, to humiliate or endanger the victim. These tactics are used to destroy trust and make harassment feel inescapable. Public shaming and viral tactics. Posting humiliating photos, spreading rumors, exclusion, and coordinated pile-ons. Content can be shared widely and quickly. Group attacks and flaming amplify shame and make bystander intervention less likely. Some attacks cross legal lines and can be prosecuted when they include threats or doxing. How perpetrators typically behave. Anonymity and distance lower inhibitions. Many cyberbullies feel emboldened by perceived anonymity and the lack of immediate consequences, so they say harsher things online than they would face-to-face. They exploit platforms and timing. Bullies choose channels where content spreads fast: social media, group chats, gaming platforms, and often act when the target is most vulnerable. They recruit others or encourage piling on. A single post can invite comments and shares that multiply harm. Group dynamics make it easier for individuals to join in. Tactics are strategic and varied. A perpetrator may combine methods, harassment plus impersonation or doxing, to maximize damage and make the abuse feel relentless. Sign someone is cyberbullying others. Repeated hostile messages or posts directed at a person. Creating fake accounts to taunt or impersonate. Coordinating with peers to exclude or shame someone publicly. Sharing private content without consent or encouraging others to harass. What to do if you see or suspect cyberbullying. Preserve evidence, screenshots, timestamps. Use platform tools to block, mute, and report abusive accounts. Tell a trusted adult, school official, or HR contact and request concrete action. Avoid retaliating. Escalation often worsens harm. Support the target by checking in privately and encouraging professional help if they show distress. When bullying leads to mental health problems, people commonly show withdrawal, mood changes, sleep and appetite disruption, concentration problems, self-harm or suicidal thinking, substance use, and changes in school or work performance. These behaviors can be short-term or persist into adulthood, depending on severity and support. Bullying is a form of repeated interpersonal harm that can produce emotional trauma. Victims often internalize shame and fear, which changes how they behave day to day and how they relate to others. Social withdrawal and avoidance. Pulling away from friends, skipping school or work, and avoiding places or people associated with the bullying are frequent responses. Mood and emotional changes. Persistent sadness, irritability, tearfulness, or sudden emotional outbursts are common and may look like depression or anxiety, sleep and appetite problems. Insomnia, nightmares, oversleeping, loss of appetite, or overeating often accompany stress from bullying. Concentration and performance decline. Difficulty focusing, falling grades, missed deadlines, or poor job performance can follow ongoing harassment. Self-harm and suicidal thoughts. Some people engage in self-injury or report suicidal ideation. These are serious warning signs that need immediate attention. Risk behaviors. Increased use of alcohol, drugs, or risky sexual behavior can appear as attempts to cope or numb distress. Hypervigilance and anxiety symptoms. Constant worry, panic attacks, and fear of social situations are common, especially when bullying is public or persistent. Rewind to the very start of everything. You sit on your phone, computer, smart TV, or wherever you watch YouTube on. Your video feed shows this video who says fake autism, or what? You want to see more. You want to see the cringe you are about to see, right? The exciting music, slides, flashes, colors, and more. This makes you super excited to watch. Mr. Beefy and others uses psychology to boost the viewer's hype to get attention by their intro. They use the similar kinds of bright, flashy, colorful, and music with suspense and hypertempo. Then a small sample of a snippet of our video we post to get you, the viewer, drawn to watch this crap. Pretty soon, you hear a nice, friendly man or woman who owns the channel who sounds warm and trustworthy and more. Followed by you cannot believe what you saw. Then you cannot believe someone like myself faking autism and not getting help. You feel so terrible for me that you take a dive into the wonders of what is wrong with me. I'm not all right. I need help. No duh. I am not there. I'm all right though, as my disability is just fine. I do need help with everyday life activities. Even the most simple ones of me wiping my butt or using the bathroom. See you after the intro.
He never had a job, it's a thing he told me. Trick his own ceiling, you know he will do it gladly. Lick poo off his thumb and go rage at Sally. He never had a job, it's a thing he told no. Too lazy to work and wants to live off don't know. All through the night he just keeps screaming. Scabs on his head and beard full of semen. Try to set him right and he will call you a hater. In the log cow world he is a mini Darth Vader.
You just basically handed me back my life without even me having to lift a finger. I mean, you legitimately just handed me the fucking win.
It is just not possible for goblins to win. It's not in their DNA, their biology. What is goody good, my friends, my fam, all my peeps? I hope you're all doing wonderful. Welcome to the Mr. Beefy channel, where we have the meats and the receipts and cover some odd people and some creeps. If YouTube is not your preferred choice, I am on Rumble and TikTok. Also, before we jump into the video, consider liking and subscribing. Smash that like button so we can reach out to as many people as possible. Now, let's get on to the video.
What do you think? You're thinking, wow, a cool video of a documentary of a creepy or odd thing someone does. Like, why would anyone fake autism? What is up with this person who looks different, but not less? What is this person's deal? This sounds very interesting. You get my point. You're drawn in, locked on, and focused on a video that you had no clue about. Suddenly, you want more. You feel bad for Cyrex, the person you see in this video. You feel bad for Danielle Larson. Or do you? Maybe you actually go type the name of the person on YouTube because you're questioning yourself. This cannot be right. How can anyone who looks and speaks that's severely autistic be faking? That can't be right. No way that person is faking autism, as not possible to fake something that for real, like disability to the T-tip of the T. You start to feel bad for Andrew Ditch. Then you see all these YouTube content creators who talk about the horrible things Andrew Ditch does and gets away with all because he fakes autism. Judges, cops, doctors, hospitals, Social Security, and social welfare Medicaid system gives into his antics. Or do they? You see a video, you start to question if it is real or not. So you dig more. Then you see a video bombshell of someone who made edits of my voice and someone farting and saying it feels good. All different sound bites from one word or artificial intelligence voice over and blending techniques and cut and zoom in and zoom out or different color tones to blend videos together that was separate and unrelated videos I uploaded to YouTube. Soon someone uses the same AAC app one used that Medicaid paid for in 2019 that scripts out a little girl being abducted and raped. All to make me look like I raped a little girl when who has no interest in that. Then suddenly a person who actually believes that happened calls the police on me. Then can't understand why no arrest, no post by me for talking about being arrested and for what. See the issue here. This makes you all believe and suckers random strangers online to believe this crap. Then you see videos of random people calling New York Attorney General, Social Security, Adult Protective Services, Office of People with Developmental Disabilities, my doctors and therapists, and all of my family to get information about me and where I am at. They make complaints about me and fraud and faking and waste taxpayers' money. Still no arrest made. And I am on taxpayers' money for disability services and public benefits for why? In all 40 years of my life, I've been on disability and public benefits. There has to be a reason why, right? You are so convinced of me faking. This makes you rage and so pissed you call and make threats to my providers, stalk me in person, drive up and down streets to get a find where I am at. Then you see me. You take a picture of me and my caregiver. You find who my caregiver name and social media profile is by AI. Then you find the person's company they work for. You call the agency that takes care of me to find out they want to talk to you. You then lie about it's about a threat. Then you tell the person more. Then still the agency don't discharge me. There's a reason why, right? Then it hits you so bad with burning rage. You then call the agency, doctor, or someone of authority to do something to me and make threats of violence. To find out that didn't work. Then you make complaints and complaints. Soon enough, thousands of random people are doing the same. To find out nothing is done. You give up because nothing is being done to take me down. Then you realize after 2 years of nothing. Gee, he is not faking his disability. It must be real he is disabled and being abused and neglected. Then you stop wasting your time watching. Some of you may end up watching others who get bullied like the person you're watching right now. The video you're about to see is where a person with a disability is being stalked, harassed, and hurt for things that people lie about this man. This man does admit to doing things not right in the law. That does not erase the fact that people are gaining up and beating him up for how he looks, talks, thinks, and acts. It is not about his criminal record.
The title
is his
is
disability.
more Q&A with
is his response
Nova
to these trolls.
Also,
if you just do what I
before we jump
do,
into the video-
ignore it all. Post the things he wants to post. Just not respond to any of the crap that people are doing to him online. This man is being picked on as he's taking legal action against some cyberpunk who is all day long to make very detailed edits and splices to people's videos. Then he goes on to try to frame people for crap they didn't do and has not done all to ruin the person's credibility and character. Then to do all of this for money, for click for view. Every time you click and view a video on YouTube, that person video gets paid for that video. Multiply that by thousands of click per views each day. This man don't have to work. He only needs to make videos off of random people he has no clue who they are, only to get that free paycheck. This is one content creator. This creator has multiple channels, and what other channels he has, who the God knows. Then you have thousands of other YouTube content creators who does the same thing. By the time this man, who is bullied nonstop by one person, he now has thousands of other channels making the same entertainment crap on the same video this man uploaded. If you want to know why I post this, here's why. They do it to me too. If you enter my name, Andrew Ditch, on YouTube, you will see a million videos to bully me on. No lie. Watch a few from different content creators. You will see how each content creator talks about one video I upload. They will talk about one part of my one video. Let's take my work history, working part-time at McDonald's. One content creator video says I was a manager. Another content creator video will say I was a Ronald McDonald actor, and another will say how I was never a manager, but a cleaning guy. That is how you know this is all for their pocketbook to make money. If one content creator does the same exact thing, they will be charged with copy infringements off the other person's videos. That is why every single story you hear about me and one life event of mine has a different story to be told. I used to feel these people was ruining my getting help. Now I realize not true. They actually helped me get more help for my autism and intellectual disability. The way these fools make videos of people like myself and this man and many others, they usually find out their lies was never true. Take this for example. Every autistic person is somehow a sex offender according to these fools. They accuse this person Daniel Larson, Chris Chan, Cyrex, who is in this video, Noah Online, and myself of being a pedophile and a child monster. Newsflash, I am not one and has never been one. And for these fools, they will have to wait forever as I'm not interested in that kind of stuff. They lost that game. They lost the game to call me a faker as I have autism and intellectual disability, and I start my autism waiver services in the next week. Nothing you're going to do to take away my autism. Not unless I die, that is. I have no plans of dying anytime soon, as I'm going to advocate for disabled people of all kind. That is one person who social media losers waste their time and efforts and everyone else's money who pays for their crap. Chris Chan accused of sleeping with his dead mom. That may be true. He may have had a meltdown or stressful time and needed to be coddled to help him feel safe and to help Chris relax. Chris did nothing wrong to be coddled. I am saying that in a nice way. You know why. Chris and I need to be cared for, comforted, reassured, and supported. Our disability is too much to be able to eat, bath, use the bathroom, and stay in our houses. Add a conversation with someone. Forget it. We are drained. We can't cope. Add going to the store with bright lights and loud sound and crowds of different smells and colors and temperature changes. That sensory nightmare don't bother you, but causes immense pain for someone like Chris. I know that feeling. I live that way every day. To these losers who think we don't need to be coddled and pampered are the ones who has the severe disability. The disability of clout and fame. The power it has over someone. When they lose the power of someone like knowing I start my intellectual disability waiver next week, or they're looking into guardianship now, and more. They have more rage and hate. Grinding it on, bring on the rage bait, is not happening, because I'm just fine being who I am. Chris, Danielle, Cyrex, Noah, and myself did nothing wrong to be cared for, coddled, pampered, supported, and taught over and over again with handouts for doing what we were told. That was like a full-time job and overtime. Having a disability is like a 24/7, 365-day and year after year of no-stop work. From the time we are born to the time we die. That is why these people think we are lazy, brats, dangerous, and more. They see us without any value to society. Newsflash, people with disabilities are capable of work, making meaningful relationships, getting married, and living and more, all with some kind of accommodation or support in place. Some may need to see a therapist once a month, and some like myself may need 24/7 care. But we are all human and deserve to be respected and included. Take a look at all these content creators who pick on people like myself. They call us, I am not wanting to bring any enjoyment for them by saying the word they call us. Just I have my life to waste on services that will improve my quality of life and support me to be successful. All while this garbage goes on to hurt people like myself. Why pay for people to hurt others for more reactions? Why? Why support someone who sits on their computer trolling Facebook page after page for new person they call a clown or a fool to go after? Why? Does society as a whole not value someone like myself who can stock shelves, clean the bathrooms at your office building, greet you at the store, make your meal, make the cup of coffee you drink every day, fix that computer, or take photographs at your best wedding that even your sister is jealous of your wedding picture turn out better? Only because of a disabled person took that photo and your sister's photographer was not born disabled. These YouTube content creators have you hooked. They've you capitated into wanting your attention more and more. Your brain is wired that way as you want to find out the answers you have to a mystery. By the time this happens, you have watched hundreds to thousands of YouTube video hours that provide each click and watch hour money to the creator. This makes this YouTube creator rich for doing nothing but spend hours on YouTube. They search autism, intellectual disability, mental health, disability support groups, finding stories like mine who cry for help. Or they find an abusive, addicted, or mentally challenged mother who is odd and strange, only to attack a new victim. That victim then defends herself from these losers who make content off that person. Soon the victim spends 8 years of wasting time and effort on random strangers who bully them, causing trauma and mental health issues. For what? I didn't listen to anyone to stop posting online. I need parent controls. That is my goal in the very near future. Parent controls. That way I can still upload autism and disability-related content to help educate and bring awareness of things like this very video. Without seeing one comment. That is the day I have power over the fools who waste their time with me. Will you watch videos of someone who hurts the person at your grocery store with Down syndrome or your own son with autism just because they are slower and you have a better job? It may not be you, child, or someone in the community who you know, but we are still people. Please, I ask you to stop watching these videos of others who are labeled as LOL cows. Being slower is the same as being faster. Does it mean to pick on me and others with autism and intellectual disability for how we live life and how we do things differently? It isn't about being perfect. It is about accepting people who work or live or learn differently than yourself. That is a fact. Being disabled or not, don't erase the fact we all are humans. Treat yourself as you want to be treated. Remember, some of us, like myself, needs you to support us and accommodate us and accept us so we could treat you like you want us to treat you. If Cyrex was treated with respect from Mr. Beefy, Cyrex would also be respectful to Mr. Beefy. The same goes for myself and all the rest of us, you people who think you are platinum compared to everyone else around you. With this much time on your hands, you are not working, not in school, and have no one to talk to. That is why you will use people like us to bully to get attention, as that is the only income you get or social interaction you get in your life. Mr. Beefy, I bet the friends you do have in real life spend time with you regularly, but you go through them like water flowing from Niagara Falls. I didn't know any better. Please, 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 take control over your adult child or child with disabilities to protect them from this hate. It messes with us. I have attempted suicide multiple times. Doctors at the hospital in Buffalo Erie County Medical Center and the city of Tonawanda Police Department ignored this. I didn't want to get help to try to end it many times. Only needed to tell Officer Bentley I didn't do it to hurt myself. I am faking it. He would say okay and walk away. Thank you, God, for not taking me on any one of those times in the last 12 years when I tried. That was not normal for me. Add that my parents got old and couldn't change my diaper or wash me or help care for me and my needs. I feel apart and had so many issues. Then dad frustration turned to abuse and more abuse to me. The autistic mind and meltdown that is not in my control. The cops and doctors of the hospital saw me as the abuser, and a faker who won a jail-free card like my life story is a game of Monopoly. My life is real documented disability. Not a game. Everyone took a turn. Different adult protective service worker, different officers, different hospitals and doctors, and all who said I can't help you. The problem? Not a medical need to be in a hospital. No safe place to send me to, as my medical and disability too severe for homeless or domestic violence shelter can take on, and no services to put in place for me. Soon enough, the system blacklisted me. The day my dad, who was my guardian, put me on the bus to out of state and kept me here and not let me back to care was the day my life got better. Now I have my autism and disability services. Now the long road to recovery. Have an awesome day. I'm going to bed with a huge victory to improve my life and to be able to at least volunteer and small chance to work after my long road of autism burnout recovery. Please donate to Autism Speaks and Autism Society to help others like myself. You may wish to donate your money to charitable organization instead of watching these fools make a circus off people with autism. Please like and subscribe to videos that educate how to interact with us disabled people and include us in society. My next video is of a video that brings me memories of my mom and how she could have been autistic and not knowing.